Hey there, call me Kuro, and welcome back to Let's Play Suikoden 1. In the last episode, we joined the rebels. Ted gave us the Soul Eater, and now we're being pursued by the Imperial Guard. And we found out that Grady has hung up the bandits we captured to die. So Lady Odessa of the Liberation Army has asked us to go save them. There's really nothing else for us to do right now here. Still the only two runes we have we have three actually. We have the Soul Eater, which doesn't have any powers yet. We have the Fire rune, and we have the Fortune rune. So off to Rockland. Sure. The first battle we've gotten into for a while, I've been surprised. Oh, we dodged. And they dodged. There we go. Not too much. Cleo gained a level. I'll just let these go. We've already seen all the enemies in this area anyway. So it should be just above this mountain. Yep, it's right over there. Who are you? You've no business here. Get out or you'll be strung up like those bandits. Yeah, we'll see. So that's pretty messed up. No trial or anything. And you told us they were tax bandits. Wonder whether they even stole, you know. Apparently they didn't steal the people's money, so Grady was just pocketing all the tax money, I guess. Security's pretty tight. It'll be tough sneaking in. Leave it to me. I'm used to things like this. Oh, okay. Help, help! The Grady mansion is on fire. Fire! What? Victor, what have you done? You did. Hey, I didn't do anything. It must be the dry weather. My goodness, young master. Don't you dare take after someone like this. So yeah, now we have to, go save the bandits. Apparently there's 6 dead people in this town. Nothing. Oh! There is stuff written on them. Here lies the nameless soldier. For me, war was life itself. Here lies an ordinary mother. Good night until we meet again. Here lies a farmer. As long as there was gentle sunlight, I was able to grow anything. Here lies a troubled man. Loneliness is a slow-acting but fatal poison. Here lies a poet. As evidence of my life, I will leave behind a song that will be my epitaph. Last words of a woman who died on the street. Clive, forgive me for not dying at your hands. Empire soldiers. They mean, of course, Imperial soldiers. Not much of a challenge. Don't worry, we'll come up against something soon that'll make all the preparation make sense. Whole bunch of Imperial soldiers. Victor might need some new armor here in a little bit. it'll be fine for right now. God knows we have enough medicine. Brass armor, speaking of the devil. One point, great. Leo gets a hand-me-down leather coat. Nice. Another antique. We'll have to go to the appraiser as soon as we find one. No more combination attack with Palm. Kinda sad. Okay, we have some rune power now. Critical attack 2. Grumio's getting the best experience so far. He's gonna be ahead until I take that fortune rune off him. It'll make a lot more sense as to why I chose the fortune rune instead of the prosperity rune later. Money's not much of a problem, but sometimes you're stuck with characters, so being able to slap the fortune rune on him and get some, catch him up with your party definitely helps out a lot. Wow. This looks like a job for Firestorm. Another good thing about using using Cleo as a caster, she may not have the best magic stat, but it's at least decent, and she's really fast though. My God, it's you Imperials! Why are you here? Have you come to laugh at me? Of course not. If we'd known what sort of fellow Grady was, we never would have helped him. A few things happened, and now we're wanted by the Imperials, just like you. We'll help you out. Thanks. Get my buddy too, will you? Apparently he didn't need any help. Huh, not necessary. Sidonia, why you? If you've got tricks like that, why didn't you escape sooner? Huh, can't very well escape alone. Sidonia, you... Hey, let's get out of here. Definitely. So we already looted pretty much all the treasure in here. Oh, hey there, Grady. You dare to turn against the Emperor, free the bandits, and even set my house on fire? You'll be sorry. So you want to fight? Don't think you're the only one with a grudge. Why, I'll cut out your eyeballs. What? Oh, well... I'd rather tear him to pieces. Please, well, you see... You'll regret this. I'll tell Master Craze about this. You'll get yours. Yeah, you go ahead. Cleo, do you think the Empire will take us back? I don't know. Young Master. Don't worry. There's all kinds of ways to make a living. It's a nice bed there. A griffin or something embroidered on it. I guess we owe the Liberation Army our lives. Tell Lady Odessa that if she ever needs help, Marcus and Sidonia will be there in a flash. Well, we're off. Perhaps we'll meet again. Sure is great to be done. Let's head back to Linen Camp. Tyr, why don't we spend a bit more time with the Liberation Army? Young Master, when we return to Linen Camp, let's decide what to do. At this rate... Yeah, I know. Doubtful the Empire will take us back. I'm gonna set this to fast so I don't... Which might not make that much sense, but it'll help me avoid skipping certain dialogue boxes. Now let's hobble our way back to Linen Camp over here. The only reason I'll fight popped enemies is because they can drop urns, which are worth a good bit of money. It's pretty funny, even after grinding a little bit off screen and getting my characters up to level 5, they're already caught up a tier. That's the main reason. I wanted them to be all be about the same level. It helps out a lot. I always thought that thing she tosses looks more like an arrow than a knife. Actually, I'm gonna go see if there's an appraiser here. There's a rune shop down there. They don't actually sell runes, though. You have to find them. Enemies drop them and stuff. One other thing I was going to do is, I guess there's no appraiser in this town. Made the decision to attach the Thunder Rune piece to, I think I'll attach it to Tyr. It'll give him a little bit extra damage and make his attacks Thunder Elemental. Plus it adds a nifty little effect. Yeah, there's no appraiser here. There will be in the next town though. A little healing. We walk through the clock. Tyr, you're back, thank God. Our problems are solved. What do you mean? Odessa, you're not planning to. Yes, I am. What's going on? Tyr, take a look at this. What is this? Show it to me. What's this? Plans for a fire spear. Fire spear? Right, the Liberation Army may be tiny now, but someday we'll be big enough to meet the Imperials head-on. When that day arrives, the fire spear will come in handy. We spent good money for this at the dwarf mines. Tyr, this blueprint must reach our secret factory, but we can't leave this hideout unattended. I'd like you to take on this assignment. Enough, don't you understand? We're members of the Imperial Army. How can you expect us to betray them? Let's go, young master. No need to stay here any longer. Wait! Do you have any idea what the Empire is really doing? Do you know what the people want? Or will you pretend to ignore all that? Gremio, you saw with your own eyes, heard with your own ears. Are you willing to ignore the truth despite all you see and hear? What about you, Tyr? Do you still want to return to the Empire? And continue to be McDowell's little boy? My father goes his way, I go mine. Wait just a moment, young master. Talk like that and you'll never rejoin the Imperials. Don't you care? Come on, Cleo, talk to him. I go where young master goes. My job is to protect him. Those are the orders I received from Master Tio. Tio, let me explain. This is a blueprint for a fire spear. Yeah, I know, you just said it 3 times. It has to be delivered to the Liberation Army's secret factory. Northwest of Lenin Camp, across the river, lies Mount Tigerwolf. Over the mountain is a village called Sarady. Someone from the factory will meet you there. Odessa, I just don't get it. Why do you insist on this guy? He may be an Imperial spy. Yet you want to give him the blueprint for something that could change the destiny of the Liberation Army? Don't worry, I'm going too. What? If you're going, I'm going too. Flick, if you come along, who's going to protect this place? It's about time you begin acting like a leader. Don't worry, Flick. I'll protect Odessa if you promise to protect the hideout. It's settled. To Mount Tigerwolf, then. And Odessa joins. Once again. Yeah, alright, we're good. She's long range, so it doesn't really matter where they put her. She's pretty weak. Doesn't really matter too much. I don't think she has a rune either. Oh, she does. She has the Wind rune. Wind of Sleep has such a small success rate, it's not even really worth casting. does what it says, it puts people to sleep. Now, believe it or not, we're going to the same place that we went before. And I think I went the wrong way. We'll see. Yep. It's north. I always do this. They give you decent map movement speed on the map, but on the world map. But you get a character later that allows you to sprint on the world map. It's so nice. He's not the best in battle, but he's worth taking just for that. All right, and going back up the same mountain, except we actually have a purpose. The sun's beginning to set. Do you think we can cross the mountain before dark? I don't want to spend the night out in the open. In any case, we have to go up. Let's go. I will be fighting just about everything we can find going up the hill here, because we might get lucky and get a couple of drops from those water elementals. I don't really feel like grinding them, but and the drop rate's really, really low. But we might get lucky. Yeah, they're not really amazingly useful. I think if you have a stack of 9 of them, they recover like 15 HP, maybe 30. And while that can be super helpful, you may as well just use healing. We'll get runes for that later. This is part of the reason I wanted to grind up a bit, because these enemies can absolutely rock your world if you encounter them at low level. Not so much the water elementals, but the giant snails. Oh. Oop. Oop. Who got him? I think Victor picked him up. I'll give him to Victor. His defense power is pretty low. I always like the backgrounds there. Background looks pretty cool. The game by itself, I really love the art style. Everything looks pretty nice. Main character's really colorful. Treasure chest over here. Wind Rune Piece. I had absolutely no idea what that does. I think it might raise your speed. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention when Tyr hits people now, he there's a lightning effect. It does trigger every time, and if I believe if the enemy's weak against lightning, it deals more damage. But I think it does, each piece does a certain percentage more. So it'll just be a nice little attack boost for us right now. Not that Tyr really needs it, but it is nice to make him a powerhouse. Welcome, travelers. Coming up at such a late hour, you really got guts. But you better stop here and continue tomorrow. It's dangerous around here, what with all the bandits and all. Why don't you spend the night here? Sorry, we're in a hurry. Great idea. My feet are killing me. For once, I'm in agreement with you. I'm not sure I can go on. I think we'd better go on. You must be kidding. I've lost control of my feet. Me too. Oh well, Odessa, are your feet moving on of their own accord too? To tell the truth, mine want to rest too, so I guess I'm the only one that wants to go. I'm going in here. Well, forget you guys. Where are you going? Your companions have already untied their shoes and are relaxing. Fine. Excuse me, why don't you have some of this before supper? A special tea from Mount Tiger Wolf. Let's give it a taste. Ugh, it's pretty bitter. Very bitter. Here's some for you too. Just a taste then. Maybe I'll like it. Here you go, but be careful, it's very hot. It smells kind of funny, doesn't it? Say, old man, what's this tea called? A special Mount Tiger Wolf brew called Robber's Tea. Well, that doesn't sound good. That's a weird... My god, this is... Hey, you. What have you given it with? Damn, such an old trick. Young master. Everyone's asleep, thanks to the drug tea of Mount Tiger Wolf. Wow, for a bunch of stragglers, these guys are loaded. Looks like we'll be living the good life for a while. Hey, Lydon. How have you been? Doing well for yourself, I see. Why, it's Boss Kessler. Welcome. Welcome. As you can see, I just pulled off a job. And a fine-looking woman in the bunch, too. Wait a minute. This here is... Lydon, what have you done, you fool? What do you mean? Do you know who this is? Just some stupid traveler, I should think. Idiot. Even an ignoramus like you must have heard of Lady Odessa of the Liberation Army. Why, of course, boss. Even kids know who Lady Odessa is. You don't mean that this here is... Yes, I do. Hurry up and prepare an antidote. Let me see. A rabbit's tail, rose leaves, and a handful of sugar. Lydon, if anything happens to Lady Odessa, you can say goodbye to your head. Yikes. Rose's tail, sugar leaf, handful of rabbits. Forgive me, Lady Odessa. Without knowing it, I nearly committed my life's greatest error. If you'd like, I'll make Lydon here pay with this. Or pay for this. Please, sir, spare my head. Don't be ridiculous. I'll have to be more careful from now on. Maybe I do trust people too much, like Flick says. I have no way of apologizing, but please stay here for the night. I'll do what I can by way of hospitality. But no more poison, you hear? Alright. And I'm the first to rise. Going to give up serving poison tea. I've learned my lesson. Are you a member of the Liberation Army too? I see. So you're not. Lady Odessa is a true heroine. She's serious about overthrowing the Empire. There are many who express discontent, but only she means to do something about it. I hate the Empire too, but I'm just a bandit. Lady Odessa is our hope for freedom. Good morning, young master. You're up early, dear. Hey, Grimia, why is Cleo in such a bad mood? Don't bother her, Victor. Cleo is always in a bad mood when she wakes up. I see, everyone's here. Today we reach Sarity. Leaving already? I'll unlock the door. I don't think these guys drop anything interesting. I may be wrong. We'll just leave him. Another antique. We really need to find a an antique or an appraiser. More medicine. As you can see in the beginning, they give you plenty of medicine, which is good because if you don't level up a little bit before you come here, you just get destroyed. Clone crystal. Now what that does is it makes a it gives you a special ability, basically. And I think it makes you off balance for a turn. It might not. But it's basically like a guaranteed critical attack with a nice effect attached to it. Alright. Once you get out here, they give you a little bit of rest. Some easy enemies. We're supposed to meet a messenger from the secret factory at an inn in this town. Where could he be? It's a small town, we'll find out soon. I do want to check this item shop to make sure there's nothing special. Ah, I will pick up a water crystal. Water crystals have water magic, which is healing magic. It's super useful. It's 1,000 times better than, like the level 1 fully heals anybody you use it on. So, I knew there was something in there. I just couldn't remember what it was. This must be the end. Let's let's rent some rooms and wait for the messenger. What? Customers? Goodness, it's been years. Rooms will cost you 50 bits each. No free rooms this time. Tyr, can't you sleep? Me neither. But the night breeze makes me feel better. Can I tell you something? What is it? Kessler, Mount Tigerwolf, Flick, Humphrey, Sanchez, they all expect so much of me, but sometimes I feel like running away. I'm not sure I'm worthy of their hopes. What do you plan to do? Will you return to the Empire? I don't understand. Use your head. You have the ability to judge right from wrong. Your father is a great general of the Empire. Perhaps you'll be able to return to a peaceful life. But remember, you can't turn away from what you see and what you feel. Because if you do, that's a sin. You're strange. I feel compassion when I'm with you. I suppose Victor brought you to us because he felt that special quality in you. There are many in the Liberation Army, Humphrey, Sanchez, Mose, and Flick. But nobody has eyes like yours, eyes that draw people to you. Many people. If I should ever... Who is it? My name is Kage. I have been sent by Sir Mose, chief of the secret factory. Mose certainly keeps unusual company. How is he? I received a letter from him mentioning that a pigeon of his was sick. I find it hard to imagine Mose taking care of a sick pigeon. Very strange, lady. Sir Mose does not keep any pigeons. I'm sorry, I was just testing you. I never betray a contract. This is the blueprint for the Fire Spear. Please deliver this, for the future of the Liberation Movement depends on it. Understood. I will go now. So, we met a ninja. It's getting late here. We better rest. What do you mean our job is done? We finished our business last night, didn't we, Tyr? Come to think of it, young master's bed was empty in the middle of the night. Young master, what were you up to? Something you can't tell me? Come, let's get going, Tyr. Young master. Let's go, Gremio. Alright. I think that'll be all for this episode. In the next episode, we'll go back to Lenin Camp and tell everybody the good news. My name is Kuro, and I'll see you next time.